These 5 things disappear when you retire. The problem is most retirees really need these things to keep happening if they want to make retirement their best stage of life yet. Now, some of them are financial related and then some are non-financial, but both are key. You may have seen this image before of the ideal retirement meeting at the intersection of these two things. So in this video, I'm going to share what the 5 things are, why they disappear, and then practical actions and how you can actually hold on to these things to increase fulfillment in retirement. Surprisingly, the last one is something that we're told is a major benefit to retiring, but in reality, a lot of retirees realize once they get to retirement, it's a major drawback. The way that I'm going to share it in this video is first a non-financial thing and then a financial and then a non-financial. So I've got 5 of them. The first one's a non-financial thing, and the thing that disappears in retirement is actually the #1 challenge that people face in retirement. And this is according to a Harvard study that says the #1 challenge people face is not being able to replace the social connections that they created over the years of working. Our friends from work, they can really become kind of like family, right? Our work family. But when you retire, that daily interaction and the shared work goals, those fade away. Both the proximity and the shared goals disappear, which causes relationships to weaken as well. So in retirement, it's going to take more time and more effort to really reach out and keep those relationships going. So here's a few practical tips to think about. Really, #1 is think about those, say just the 20% of people that you really would want to keep in touch with. 20% of the people from work you'd love to keep in touch with. Let's pretend you only had 5 people that were good friends at work. Who's the one, maybe 2, that you really want to hold on to in terms of relationship? Then put a reminder once per month, either in your calendar or the reminders app on your phone, to make it a point just to reach out to them. But then this part's important. Remember, don't get upset if you're the only one that seems to be making the effort and they're not reaching back out to you, especially if they're still working, right? You've got a lot more time now and they still might be plugging away at their day job. Now, on to the second thing, which is financial related. Picture this. So you're a few years into retirement and you're feeling good, things are going well, and you decide it's finally time to move to that new place or maybe that new state, some new location, and change your home. So you go to the bank and you go to get a pre-approval letter and explore what the options are with the mortgage, and then you're shocked that you don't qualify for one because you don't have a steady stream of income anymore. Even if you have a lot of money at the bank or a lot of money in investments at the bank, those banks often prioritize steady cash flow when they're underwriting loans. And many of our clients who buy houses in retirement, they're able to pay cash, but we know that's not an option for everyone. So what can you do? There's really 2 things. Think about, as you're planning retirement now, possibly moving up the home transition goal maybe earlier in your retirement so that you can actually qualify for a loan, or at least think about it, maybe a what if scenario. #2 is sometimes we do this or did this in the past for clients who have been retired for years and then they're making a home transition now and they haven't been working for years, so they don't want to pay cash. So we work with the mortgage person to see what amount of cash flow is needed each month for our client, and then we actually turned on the IRA withdrawals to go to their bank to turn into actually steady cash flow. And we've done this in years past. We haven't done it in some time, but that's something to talk with a mortgage person or with your tax person or financial planner. When we did it though, it made it a lot easier for them to qualify for a mortgage at a good rate. Then after it was all complete, if they didn't need it anymore, we'd turn off the IRA withdrawal and then move along like normal. And that idea, along with anything financial, it's something to talk to your financial professionals about before trying or testing or implementing. The next one is a non-financial thing that disappears. And this is something that's really core of being a human. And I'd say it's pretty important that we don't lose this one, because during our career, we developed this set of skills and we became quite proficient at our craft, most likely, right? And we use those skills to help people. To make people's lives better, whether it was making the company better or the people that we were our supervisors or bosses or whatever it is, or we were working directly with clients and patients that we were helping one-on-one. And that act of contribution to others, that's something that really brings this internal feeling of value, right? That feeling of I'm important or I'm needed. And the problem we see some people face is that when their career is over, if you haven't proactively thought about it and prepared for it, that feeling of expertise or value, that can go down, which is not a good feeling. So here are a few solutions. You might be able to use your expertise or your wisdom that you gained over the years to either consult or help people who are still in your field, maybe to help make them better. If that's not a possibility, then take time to get clear on your strengths that you have, the things that you're naturally good at. And if you don't know what they are, use the Strengths Finders quiz that you can Google and find out what they are. Then you can explore ways you might be able to use those strengths to help other people in retirement, because this is one of the keys to fulfillment in retirement. A third option is to develop new expertise or new skills that you currently don't have. This can be hard because when we're working, we're at the top of our game or the top of our field, right? And to go back to zero or to some brand new thing that we don't know how to do, it can feel like a blow to the ego. But remember, we don't need to be at the top of the game anymore. We've passed the torch on to the next crew that's taken over.